we should be streaming. Looks like everything's working just fine. All right, so today we're gonna be changing it up a little bit. See if I can get a chat test here just to make sure everything's working. I'm sure it'll be fine. Today we're gonna be doing a rear over fender on our Audi A8 wide body project car here. Now, here's just a little something I was working on. I've been working with the customer and we kind of go back and forth, kind of with variations of each of my renders, just so we make sure when it's finally time to start 3D printing this kit, it's going to work perfect. It's going to be exactly what we're looking for because, you're looking at a couple hundred hours of print time sometimes. So it's definitely a big commitment. So you want to make sure you get it done right. So I'm just going to do a quick test here to make sure everything's running all right and the stream's going just fine. And if everything's working, then we should be good to begin. So here we go. I'll just do a quick test chat. I'll say hello. Make sure that pops up on screen for you guys. Yep, looks good. And then I might do a quick post on the social medias letting everybody know, hey, we're out here, we're streaming. And we're probably going to stream for 5 o'clock. I want to stream for 2.5 hours today, so it's going to be a little bit longer one. Streaming live on Crafting Cars YouTube. It's going to be a little bit longer one. I want to come up with hopefully the finished product, or damn near the finished product for the rear over fender, and maybe even have time to move on to the front over fender, which would be really cool. I'm going to go ahead and position my camera a little bit better here. All right. And I can take this here. Maybe move those over to my side. That might make it a little easier, actually. I know there's usually chat settings. All messages are invisible. There we go. So I'm just going to put this over to my side here. That way I don't have to kind of look back and forth between my laptop and my big screen here that I'm playing with. So, all right, let's do this. So we're going to go ahead and begin with a fresh slate. So we're going to go ahead and open up a new file. And it starts you out with a cube, That's like every 3D modeling software. They start you out with a little cube. We're going to go ahead and hide that. And we're going to import our Audi A8 D4L 2015 here. So got a couple different meshes I've been collecting. I've had a couple other people reach out to me and request kits and stuff and request quick renders. We do have our next customer too, which is I think it's a 62 Corvette we're going to be designing a body kit for. That one we're not going to be printing and building. We're just going to be doing a design there, but it's pretty cool. I mean, just not too long ago I started doing this and now I can actually provide it as a service on top of my regular build. So that's pretty cool. Definitely a learning curve though. Oh my goodness, is it a learning curve. So yeah, when we import this in here, it's huge. I think our best bet is to import it in inches. I think that was the best scale. I'll have to double check, but hit OK. That'll bring everything in, and right away you can see it is pointed straight down. So we got to change that. So rotate, x-axis, 90 degrees. Boop. Then we got to bring it on up. So move it up. Whoop. Take a look at it from the side here. All right, not only do we want to bring it up, I kind of want to center it right about there, just to get us a good starting point. Now, I think our wide body is going to be, I think a 50 millimeter is a good spec to have. So depending on where the wide body ends up, the customer is going to order his wheels. I think he's going to find them on, I think AliExpress has custom wheels everybody's getting right now. So we're going to check that out and see what happens. So let's go ahead and I mean, we can go ahead and tuck those wheels right now. I might do that a little bit later once we build the kit. Ideally, I want to build the kit around his current suspension setup. There's no use having it get to the point where after he installs a kit, now he has to get lowering springs, now he has to get adjustable camber arms and stuff like that. I want him to be able to use his factory suspension setup just with the aftermarket wheels. Of course, with any wide body kit, once you stick the wheels past the body of the car there, like so, when that wheel moves up, say you just want like 3 inches of suspension travel, boop, it's going to crash kind of right into the body of the car. So you want to make sure that you kind of trim right along that line, at least 3 inches above the wheel well arch there. So just something to keep in mind. That's one thing that's beneficial when I'm designing these kits is I kind of have I have real life experience. I've done this in real life before. I've wide bodied a car, so I kind of keep that in the back of my mind as I'm doing my modeling. So here's another thing we could play around with: the orthographic and perspective views. Kind of see it changes how everything looks. Orthographic is good for pinpoint accuracy when you're doing your modeling. However, it's good to go back into perspective if you want to see what the kit's going to look like in real life. So obviously, like if you had the car positioned like this, all these features are a little bit bigger to us in real life. And if you go like this, it just kind of evens out the proportions. But this is not what a car looks like in real life. It's more like this. So we'll kind of be switching back and forth between the views, make sure everything is not only accurate, but looks and flows well with the rest of the car. I get this little chime button, or this little like chime sound every once in a while coming from my computer. I don't know if it's the notification. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if it's notification or whatever. If someone like subscribed or liked or something like that, but it makes a noise. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm still fairly new to streaming, so we're getting it figured out. So yeah, let's get started. I like to just start in the front view or the side view. And we actually have some inspiration. So I've been going back and forth with the customer. And finally, we came across a design that he really liked. Here's the one that I opened up right away for you guys. This one was pretty cool. Let's see if it can focus for you. That one's pretty sweet. But he wants something that incorporates a couple of vents, not only in the front, but in the rear. So I came up with this here. Wait for it to focus. So yeah, he really liked this one. He said it was a pretty badass kit, so this is what we're going. Now, of course, it works in 2D, it looks good, but it's a whole nother ballgame making it work in 3D. So we're gonna start by drawing it in 2D. Now, here's the thing. I have been taking a course in plasticity car modeling, and that's helped out quite a bit. I've gotten a lot faster, and as you can see, I've been, taking a lot of notes. But at the end of the day, practice makes perfect. I might go reference some of my course videos if I ever get stuck today, but I'm getting a pretty good handle on things, and I'm definitely getting faster. So that's why I'm thinking I should be able to at least complete what the outer skin of this kit should look like by the end of today's video. So yeah, we're just gonna start in 2D and see how everything looks. And I think, yeah, every time we hit like right, left, up, down, it immediately puts you into the orthographic view. So I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful to make sure I'm switching every once in a while just to make sure everything looks okay. So let's begin. So we'll start. How I like to design these kits is just starting with the wheels. So I suppose first things first, we can make sure that this thing is proportional. So let's go ahead and draw a circle. Just do a center point circle. Boop. And let's see. Okay, so it says that circle is 1.37 meter. So obviously this thing is not to scale. We could try to import at a different size. However, I think I might just scale this down, and I think we're gonna. So I think it's 0.0508 meter. I think is 20 inches. Let me double check with Google there. inches to meter conversion. Because we at least know that these are 20-inch rims, so that could at least get us, get us close. So yeah, 20 inches is 0.508 meters. So we're gonna have to go ahead and take this thing way down to the point where the wheel is that size. So we're gonna go ahead and select this. my computer is screaming at me today. And we're gonna scale this thing down. Make sure that everything is the right size here. Okay, so we obviously scaled down a little bit too far. We'll scale up a little bit more. Looks like we gotta scale up a little bit more. We're getting there. That might be good right there. Actually, now I can scale down a little bit. Oh, we are close now. So we just got to scale up just a tiny bit more. I think that might be just about perfect. Alright, well that's pretty good. Good enough to get us, yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's pretty damn good. Good enough to get us in the ballpark at least. I could be super anal about it, but even once I'm done building the kit, I could scale everything again. So I just like to do this to get us in the ballpark, just so I know when it's finally time to print the kit, I don't blow it up and then all of a sudden have a bunch of random polygons. So I like it to be somewhat similar. It's just like an image, you know, where if it's a low resolution image and you blow it up, sometimes you get pixels everywhere. Same thing can happen in 3D modeling, so gotta be careful with that. So go ahead, get rid of that circle there. And it looks like we're gonna have to lower this thing down a little bit. All right, perfect. It does kind of, with the bigger squares in the back, it does make it look kind of small. I could have, yeah, maybe I should have imported it a different size, but it is what it is. So, let's begin. Start with a couple circles for the wheel well. can actually do a 3-point circle so it's even more accurate. I wonder if I should... I don't think it'll cause issues. It's just maybe at this scale, every time I zoom in and out, it's like really big steps. So yeah, maybe we'll just try to import again. We'll do a new one for you guys. So we're here for 2.5 hours anyway. I don't know if anyone's watching yet, so we got time to make sure we get it right. Like I said, this is the time where I want to make sure all the details are perfect, so we have something that we're ready to print, ready to go. All right, so we did meters last time. That was we did inches last time. That was a little too small. What if this time we do feet? Yeah, I think inches might be the best bet. Yeah, because feet's a lot bigger than our plane here. So, yeah, never mind. We are going to do inches. So I'll just quickly get ourselves right back to where we were there. Alright. And we'll call it a day. Like I said, we'll deal with the scaling later. At least we know it's close enough where we should be able to get going here. So we'll start using a 3-point circle instead of just a regular center circle. Try to get it up there. Oh, weird. Oh, I said 3-point arc. Sorry. Or 3-point circle. There we go. We can bring this down a little bit. There we go. That's pretty good size there. We'll go ahead and duplicate that. The next one will be scaled up just a little bit. I'm going to try to match the factory wheel arch size. So that's all good there. Bring these out a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna slice it a couple times. I wanna cut it right here at that body line. I'll probably cut it right here at that body line, and maybe cut it here. Or maybe just start by cutting down here, and then up here. So you can use the line tool to cut it. Sometimes if it doesn't wanna snap to the right spot, you can go ahead, like right here. I wanna get it pretty close. I'm pretty happy with that there. So then we should be able to go to the other side. Yeah, you see, you can switch views and then, so although it looked kind of weird in orthographic, switch views and it's not too bad there. You can see just how much that perspective changes everything. Are you going to be 3D printing the parts? Yes, I am, so that's the plan. For my most cost-effective kits, I'm going to be 3D printing it in like 3mm or 2mm PETG sheets, and then skinning both sides with epoxy and woven fiberglass. I can do it a little bit cheaper by using vinyl ester resin and a woven fiberglass, since they work really well together. However, it's very chemically, and it's not very fun to work with. It cures really easily, but it'll stink up your whole shop, and it's not as strong. A woven fiberglass will be way stronger from all different directions than a chop strand, and the epoxy is going to be a lot stronger than a vinyl ester resin. What program we're using? We are using Plasticity. So far I like this one quite a bit. You can use Blender, that's a very popular one, but we're using Plasticity today. So yeah, here you can see I was having an issue. It's not lining up quite like I like it. It's a little high here, a little low there. So I'm going to take this, delete it, and then we're just going to draw a line in kind of free space here. I have it set up where I can hit the control button and that'll make the line snap to exactly where I need to. Or if I'm not holding it, it'll just draw the line wherever it sees fit, as long as it's kind of in the same ballpark. So I'm going to use this line to cut the other lines. Just like this one, Shift C, and this is the one I'm cutting with. And that usually makes, try that one more time. Do the same thing with this one. Alright, so get rid of that. Boop. And you can see now we got two different segments. And we're going to do the same thing over here. And I think I want to incorporate, so the customer wants to have a vent on there, and I want to incorporate that vent kind of right on that door seam, try to make it blend. Did I do the scan myself? No, I did not. I wish I could make a scan like this. For a scan of this quality, you got to pay. I think this one's like 140 bucks. I can do pretty damn good scans with mine. It just takes a while, and I won't get so many details. So this scan's got literally everything. You can see as I kind of hover over, look at all this different stuff. So it's pretty in-depth, this scan here. So you can see I can hide parts of it, and then you can, like, now you can look through the glass, you can look through the headlight lens. This is a really, really nice scan. It's dimensionally accurate, so this is just like working with the real car, and therefore I don't have to scan the real car. However, when it comes time to test fit, I'll for sure find a real car to test fit locally before I have the customer come on down and we'll install it on his car. He's looking to actually do an install with me, so that'll be cool. Not only do I do 3D modeling, my main thing is I work on cars. I build custom cars. This is just something I'm doing kind of in the meantime, kind of something I was interested in. And I kind of found out that there's quite a high demand for it, so I figured, what the heck, let's get into it. My mom's texting me, I'm streaming right now, Mom. I'm going to cut this too. Alright, so now I get rid of that. Boop. Get rid of that. Boop. And we can even get rid of that if we want. Now for these lines, I want to take them all the way down here. So we'll go ahead and walk out of there. Same thing over here. So that all looks good. I'm going to join these pieces. Boop. And join these pieces. Boop. And then I'm going to rebuild each of these curves so they have the same number of points. So same number of pivot points. So we'll just say, 10 looks good. The simpler the better. You know, if you could do like 4 points, that'd be great. But I want to make sure I have an accurate shape here. And you can always add points later. So we'll do 10 points. Boop. All right, now we can create a sheet here. Or we can continue kind of building our cage. So maybe for now, let's take this and get it up against the body of the car and then move it on out. So that looks good. And let's see, we'll move it out. Okay, so I think it was like, if it was 0.0508, it would be 2 inches. But the thing is, the wheels are going to be custom ordered to the spec of the car here, so we're all going by scale. How wide do we want to go is the question. So yeah, I don't mind the look of that. Now on top of that, make sure that all looks good. On top of that, we want to rotate this because normal car fender arches aren't exactly straight up and down. Most of the time, they're kind of leaning out. All right, what scanner do you have? I just got the Einstein Rigel. Learning Fusion is killing me. LOL. How goes the scanning stuff? So I'm using the Einstein Vega. I thought I had it around here. It was over here. Oh, maybe I put it in here. Yeah, here we go. I've got the Einstein Vega 3D scanner. I don't have too much practice with this. So I spent most of my time practicing in the 3D modeling software. It's a lot more of a learning curve than scanning. Scanning is baby stuff compared to 3D modeling. But this is the scanner I'm using, the Einstein Vega. Only used it for about 3 hours, and I really like it. Yeah, definitely get better at it. I gotta scan actually the gauge cluster bezel for the NSX pretty soon here. But yeah, there's definitely tips and tricks with scanning as well. Okay, you probably don't remember me. I use the Revo stuff at the moment. Steve64464. Do I recognize their username? I'm not sure. Do I know you in person? I don't know. What 3D printer will we be using to 3D print the parts? I didn't know if you said it earlier. Oh yeah, so I have the Bamboo Lab P1S. I've had the best luck printing with the Bamboo Lab P1S. What is it? It's the P1S PETG HF filament. That stuff worked really well for me, so that's probably what I'll be using in the future. It's regular PETG EF. It's a little bit higher heat tolerance, and then it also is able to print at a higher flow. So I think that's what the HF stands for. So as you can see, we're gonna have to rotate this out about 1.5 degrees. Pretty good. And I think that's a good width from the car. You know, obviously we don't want to go too crazy, because then everything's got to be tweaked. I think a couple inches from the car should be good. Maybe we can bring it in just a tiny bit. I mean, when it comes to wheels, like, you know, you hear someone says like, oh, it's just sticking out like 2 inches or whatever. But that's negative 49 offset, you know, or negative 50 millimeters offset, which that's unheard of, you know, so from your previous setup. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. Most like the crazy aggressive wide body kits are about 50 millimeters over stock. So this looks pretty good here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to loft between these. And then that gives us a face. And then we're going to rebuild that face. So we're going to go ahead. Let's tuck this away here. Boop. I'll hide these curves. Don't need those. We just got this face here. So select that. And I found out this trick too. So I can rebuild the face. And then there you go. So now instead of messing with the curves, I could just take this face here and go select these bottom. Yeah, that's probably enough dimensions for us. Okay, turn those back on. Select these bottom dots here. And watch this. This is pretty cool. And just like that, I could kind of you know, bend this around, bend the face in full time, or in real time. So that works out pretty slick. Because obviously we don't want it to be, straight flat out. That looks kind of ridiculous. It looks okay from the second dimension. You look straight. That's the cool part too, is I'm only kind of moving them along one plane. So when I move them in and out, actually the front view doesn't change. Even if I move this out a crazy amount, go back to the front view, it doesn't change. Kind of crazy, huh? But go to the side or cock it to the side or look at it crooked and it's like that. So let's go ahead. We can kind of tuck these in a little bit. We want it to flow. It's the name of the game. We want it to flow. We want it to look nice. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and select these edges here, and we're going to duplicate those. And just like that, we got our curves back, but now the curves have a nice shape to them. They're not just flat curves. They are shaped kind of how we want them. So that's really cool. All right, so let's see. Yeah, okay. So now everything looks good from that view. Looks all right from that view too. So now I'm gonna do kind of boxes. The key to this is just kind of box it in. This is a Xnerbs based or a NURBS based mathematical 3D modeling software, and it behaves differently than, say, Blender, where this really likes square shapes. It loves squares. So that's what we're going to get. So we're going to go ahead. I'm trying to practice using the shortcuts. So let's snap these. Boop. Snap these. It's good. I want to kind of leave that lip there where it kind of caves in. I want to end the kit before that. It's going to make it a lot easier for me. Alright, and then you see, like, for example here, hey, wait a second, the curve's cutting into the body. I select the curve, Shift S, that gives me a control point. Hit that a couple more times, I got a couple more control points. So to smooth that out, we're going to take that control point and just boop, move it out just a tiny bit. And there you can see everything's looking good again. And we could even do the same thing with this. What works really good too is duplicating lines. Any lines that eventually you're going to fill the gap between, it's good to have the same amount of control points. So I'm going to go ahead and select this line here. We're going to do the same thing. Boop, boop. Add a couple more control points using Shift S. Take this one, move it out a little bit. And that looks good. And then we're going to go ahead and bridge these two gaps together, or these two lines together. So I'll hold Control to lock it in place. That all looks good. Hit Shift S a couple times. Obviously, we got to take this point, bring it on out. Same thing here. And just like the arches, all my lines, I want to have the least amount of points possible. It's just less that the computer has to think about, and it just comes up with cleaner surfaces. That is the one benefit of using a higher-end surface modeling software over just using like Blender or a free tool. You can get some really, really, really nice surfaces out of this. And another thing I did since the last stream is I changed the color setting. So for those who don't know, I'm colorblind, and I was having a hell of a time determining whether my lines were intersected or connected, or if they were just kind of around each other in the same similar area. So now I have it, if the two lines are truly connected, I get a pink vertice. Where before, I think the lines are blue, the vertice would turn purple. So I could not tell the difference. And then my control points, or the end points on the lines, I have those as, I believe that's orange. So that helps quite a bit. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and connect these. And see, that didn't turn pink. So I know right away we gotta go back. It didn't turn pink because I'm stuck on the construction plane. And I want to make sure, you know what actually does look pretty good sometimes is taking this inner arch and just moving it out just a tiny bit in comparison to the bigger arch. I figure that does look kind of good sometimes. So yeah, now let's connect those. And oops, get rid of this piece here. And look at that, they're both pink. That's what we like to see. Do Do the same thing over here. And they're both pink. That's what we like to see. And that basically guarantees you that when it's time to go and patch this up, you're good to go. So just like that, we have a new surface. It's got that nice bend to it. The geometry is nice and clean. And we can do the same thing over here, but we're gonna hold off. Now we gotta do kind of the tricky part and the time-consuming part is kind of following along the curvature of the car. So I'll show you guys once again. I was sorry, I got a funny text message. I'll show you guys once again what the side profile we're going for looks like. It looks like that. It's pretty cool. So we found out that we are going to have to incorporate the door if we want this kit to look good. I tried a style very similar to the old like Mercedes Evo kit, and that was pretty cool. But the customer wasn't the biggest fan of it, and it would be hard to incorporate a vent. That looked like this. I thought it was pretty cool. So next, you're going to be importing it into GTA. Yeah, you know, I see people doing that. I don't know exactly what file type they use in GTA, if it's a OBJ or STL or the exact file type, but yeah. Sometimes you can even get into the game's code and find the file types, especially if you had it for PC. You can pull the files out of the game's code, I believe. All right, let's draw this line here. Let's get this finished up. Like I said, this is the most time-consuming part. We're already 39 minutes in, and we've only drawn a couple lines, so we got to kick it in gear here. So, actually, I think this line, since we don't have to follow it exactly, this line will look kind of good. Move that point there. Oops. Let me check this section here. Oh, that's why I can't get rid of it. I gotta get rid of this patch here. So yeah, we can get rid of that for now. We don't need that. Sport curve type only endpoints. What? Let me redraw this one here. I think it might be cool if I take that endpoint there and just kind of flare it out a little bit. Can only set endpoints on simple curves. Huh. Weird, it doesn't want me to let me do that. Oh, you know what? I might have to rebuild the curve too. Yeah, after I did the rebuilding the plane, I need to rebuild the curves. I forgot. So let's get rid of this here. There we go. So they probably lost their geometry there. Can happen to anybody, really. So what I was thinking is taking this point here, kind of bringing it on over here. Just kind of flaring that out a little bit. Might look good. And we still got them offset, so that'll be good. Yeah, I don't think that looks too bad doing that. Especially we could take this, kind of bring it in a little bit. Take this, bring it out a little bit. Just kind of gives it a little bit more style. Nothing much, but it's something. Oops. Yeah, but you have to design and include all the suspension for the game too. Oh yeah, I bet. That'd be a pain in the ass. Yep, that's way out of my league. Stop right about there. All right. So now we're going to bring this line all the way to the door. So the line in our drawing kind of goes for just like a couple inches under the gas cap and about 4 or 5 inches. The point of it is just about 4 or 5 inches underneath the door handle. So we can add a control point here, or since we know where it starts and finishes, I can just go like that. Rebuild this. Boop, boop, boop. I probably don't want to do even more than that. We'll take these dots, move them on up. It's going to kind of give us the curve we're looking for. Take these, move them in higher. Yeah, that's a pretty cool shape. We're pretty much where I want to be here. I might move this down a little bit. And back. Oh. See, I made it. Chat just made another noise, so something's definitely happening. I just don't know exactly what the notification is. So I'll figure that. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a notification of some sort. If anybody knows what the heck just happened, or if you see it on your side, let me know. Alright, so we're following that edge pretty good. Maybe we can bring this in a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. Just want to make sure there's no gaps between the body of the car and the line. So you can see there's a little gap there. Close that up. And now we got to straighten these out. So from the side, yeah, we could definitely make this look a little better. I think if we kind of let this end tail off, so maybe if we lowered this piece just a little bit more, and took these points, maybe shifted them forward a little bit. There we go. That's not too bad. And then raise this up a little bit. Lower that down. I kind of like the, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know what exactly the shape is called. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And everything looks all right back here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So as you can see, this line is all inside the body of the car. You can actually go in here sometimes. I have been able to kind of get into the quarter panel. Maybe not today. And you can actually sometimes see it from the inside, but it's not going to let me today. So yeah, we gotta pull all those lines out. So we'll go from the top view here, highlight all those dots, and bring them on out of here. There's the blue line. that shape we're looking for. So it looks pretty good. Okay, bring it just a little farther forward. And we'll bring this light forward. So how close are we to the body of the car? We're looking pretty good back here. As you can see, as we go towards the front, that gap's getting a little bit bigger. So gotta take these dots now, move them on back. There we go. And then this line we actually don't need to go. It's gonna end up going all the way there, but we don't need it there quite yet. So I'll take this endpoint here, use the extend function to bring it on back to about there. All right. Oh, first stream in a while. Yeah, it's been a bit. I've been training. I've been training hard. I'm getting a little bit better at this. So yeah, we're making a rear over fender today, Ethan, and it's gonna be really cool. So far we got it all closed out, and you might notice the colors are a little bit different. Made it a little bit easier for myself. I'm changing up the colors, so now I really have no issue telling whether the points are connected or not. You guys remember I was like struggling with that really bad last time. Now I know, if they're connected, it turns pink, or before it was just blue and purple, and I couldn't tell the difference at all. So, yeah, we're in much better shape now. Okay, so that looks good. Now, we're pretty much joined at the bottom here. I could probably move those in a little bit more. I kind of want to keep them right there. The other side, spaced out, that looks good. We can start patching that if we wanted to. But we got to put a vent right about here. So I think what I want to do is draw a line following this right here. So let's do that now. Alright, not too bad. Some of it popped out, some of it didn't. And I'll take this line and we'll just go ahead and rebuild it. And 10 points. Let's do 9 points. Should give us just enough. So if we can pull these out just so we can see them. But like these lines here, I spend a little bit more time with them because they will straight up determine the overall fitment of the kit, So you want them to be visible. And you want them to be in the right spots. You can see here, it looks like we're close. But change the view up a couple times. See, all right, maybe we're not exactly where we need to be yet. Maybe we could bring this in a little bit. Oops. Maybe we could bring this guy in a little bit. And bring this one out. And bring this one back in. It's a lot of messing around like this, but definitely worth it. I believe I've got so many different notes here, Ethan, from this course I'm taking on this. I got even more than that. Let me just take a quick look over. I'll make sure everything's looking good here. Yeah. All right. So it looks like we're a lot closer now. Looks like we're kind of biting into the body of the car right there. Maybe we'll just go ahead and add a CV. Oh, there you go, right there. Oh, that's where it's telling me to add one. Yeah, right there. Come on out. There we go. Okay. So now here's the thing. We want to put a vent right about here. So this is going to be the lower portion of the vent where it's going to kind of go onto the door, and then the upper portion is going to flow from here. And then the air intake is going to be right here. So, for now, let's maybe patch this up. So I'm going to draw a line between these two. And let's maybe smooth this out a little bit. So, I found out that this software really doesn't like the sharp corners. So if you can go in and kind of trim them back a little bit. And then do a bridge curve. That's what the cool kids are calling it. That's a lot better. And that's going to look a lot nicer too, all said and done. So if you do something like that, the program likes it a little bit more. So right now, we're going to go ahead and try to make a patch right from the start to the bottom of this here vent, just to kind of let the software know, hey, this is where we want to put the vent. So there's that. So I probably won't even be able to see that from the side view, but we're going to have an air intake right in there. Now, I've got to go ahead and let me look at my reference image here. We can start patching things up, but yeah, we're going to have this line come on down. I can even lower all this here. Let's go ahead, and I suppose while we're here, we might as well just patch this piece up too if it lets us. And look at that. Perfect. That's probably good, just like that. So this is where the vent's going to be. Here's that top surface patched. Go ahead and patch this, just to kind of see how it looks. It's really easy to undo it, so. Nice and smooth. And we can even go ahead and patch this if we want. So there is that. So this is kind of where we were left. And now it's like, all right, I got to find a way to put a vent here. So it would be pretty easy to add a door piece here. But what I'm struggling with is how I'm going to add a piece on the door here. So you can see my reference image here. I got that upper piece and the lower piece. Problem is with the upper piece is it's gonna have to be like you want it to be seamless kind of with this edge right here. So that's the tricky part. That's the part that's kind of got me, that I've been thinking about, you know? Otherwise, I'm kind of liking the design, but we could definitely, and yeah, like I said, it'd be easy to build off the front portion here. But for this piece, I gotta find out what we're gonna do. Now, you could go what most rally cars do, and we could try this too, and this might be our only solution if we do want to have that vent in there. I bet you I could look up any Group B rally car. I know, like, at least the Audi Quattro, they do this, where, I mean, they all had rear vents, but what they do is they take a shape. See if I can find a good example here. So they'll take their fender flare shape, load there. They'll take their 2D shape and just space it out from the car and fill that gap. So instead of trying to just he pee, he shat, and he only occasionally reads his chat. Sorry about that. Okay, what course are you taking? Let me see. I'll pull it up for you guys. It's on School, so SKOOL. Sorry about that. I got so lost in the program here. And it is the car modeling course, what it's called, by this dude. It's Nikita. Let's see if it loads there. Any second now. This guy. Nikita Kapustin. Nikita Kapustin. So just look up plasticity course, and he's got links to it. He's got a bunch of YouTube videos, which is how I found him. Maybe I can put a link in the chat or something. Maybe I'll do that. But basically, yeah, copy profile link. We'll see if this works. I'll go ahead and put it in the YouTube chat and see if that does it. There we go. See if that does anything for you. Yeah, before I got on stream today, I spilled a root beer all over myself. That sucked. Anyway, so if we want to do it the way the Audi does it, see if I can do this. Show you guys exactly what I mean. Get you guys a better image. Okay, here we go. Okay, so check this out. Yeah, spelling root beer on the dill shirt. What made you choose plasticity versus blender or fusion? I prefer the surface modeling in plasticity. I know fusion and 360 are much more, our blender and fusion are much more, I guess what can you say? They're a lot more common, but it is so easy to create perfect surfaces in plasticity that look really nice. So, for example, let me just do something real quick for you. So say, start your timer. Okay, say I want to make a basic wide body fender flare for this thing. It is literally this easy. So, circle. Shift D, make another circle. Scale it up a little bit. Alright, cool. Alright, now let's go ahead and take this thing, and maybe we'll take these, move them out a little bit. Take this one, move it out some more. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to take this shape here, and we're going to draw a line across. Cool. Alright, now we're going to take that line, bring it on forward. select these shapes. Select these shapes, cut them with this line. And we go ahead and extend that. And that does that for us. So then we can delete this piece. I'll do the same thing with this guy. Cut it with this line. And boop. Alright, I get rid of this piece. Alright, now we have the top and the bottom edge of our flare. Oh, say this is a little big. Okay, cool. We'll scale it down a little bit. Oh, okay, well, maybe we want to run a little bit more offset or a little less offset. Well, we can move that in and out too. I can take this surface and this surface, loft them, and boom. There you have your basic fender flare shape. Oh, but what if I want something maybe a little bit more aggressive? Alright, well then we could take this here and let's just do this. We'll draw a line between these. Rebuild that line. And let's bring this in a little bit. Maybe we'll go like that. Okay, that's a little something, you know, that's something. And then, but maybe on this side, we don't want, oh, yeah. And then on this side, we don't want it to be aggressive. Or maybe we want it to be even more aggressive, you know, who knows? Take this, and same thing, we kind of, oops. Move it in a little bit, maybe even change the profile. Okay, cool. So now let's rebuild that fender flare. Take these, loft that surface, use these as a guide, and there we go. Now not only do we have our fender flare, but we have a little bit more aggressive cinching in the front, a little less in the rear. Check out that surface. It is flawless. You can see, like, even if you use like the zebra stripes on it, like paintless dent repair guys do, you get a beautiful, beautiful surface. Now, if you were to do this in Blender, what do you get? You get a whole bunch of polygons. So this is why I like the surface modeling. You can really get a good idea of what the finished product is going to look like when it's painted and ready to rip. Oh my gosh, I had the Audi in front of you the whole time. I had the Audi in front of the whole time. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's too bad. Oh my gosh. Let me just Control Z through all that then. So, yeah, sorry about that. So what I was saying, you can build these super easily. So just a few steps, you can build a fender flare. Sorry about that rant there. So this is all I did, was I built these two circles, I used this line to cut them up, deleted the line, and then I lofted in between these two, and changed it up. So you can take this line, and this line, and so, oh, that looks cool, nice shape. Then you can use these shapes on the side, or these lines on the side, to kind of guide it exactly how you want. And you can get a really good looking surface, kind of like that. Sorry about that, that was kind of dumb. Yeah. You think he knows? Yeah, sorry about that. Well, there you go. There you go. So sorry about that. Yeah, so I was locked in there for a second. You're right. But yeah, it's that easy. Now, of course, not everyone just wants the basic shape. You know, people who want a custom kit, they want something, you know, they want something a little bit more special. So. Alright, back to what we were doing. So you guys saw the Audi, you guys saw how that kind of fixes the problem of having a spot where, you know, the second dimension works. You could do another panel on the door and it would look just fine. But if you added a panel to the door here, it would be sticking out, or you'd have to do another hump coming back out. So what we might have to do is like we'll get rid of this patch here. Imagine if we took this line, all these dots, and we moved them out. Alright guys, that's not cool. we took this and these dots. Oh, that's the problem, my dry nose. Let me get rid of this line here. say we took this and we moved it out a little bit to be pretty much exactly where this arch is, you know. And then from there, say, you know, we had the one on the car and the one outside. And just say from there, maybe did something like this, some of this action. Bring it in a little bit more. Kind of get that same, say 50 millimeters. From there, you bridge these two. Right? And then from there, this might get a little messed up. I'm just showing you guys a quick example of what I'm kind of thinking of. You get something like that. Now, okay, from 2D, it looks, you know, it looks the same. You got that door line, and you'd be able to build another panel right off this edge here. But then, kind of look at it from this angle. Okay, now you got a nice spot to put your vent. The only thing is, now, to make that work, you got to have kind of a straight line coming right off the body of the car, similar to how the Audi does it. They got the straight line coming right off the body of the car. So you got to be down with that style, you know, which it might not look bad, but it might be the only way to really pull this off with incorporating that vent. So I've done a couple other styles. I'll pull up the other. Let's see, maybe I could just do a quick save this version here. And let me open up a couple other versions I did here. So yeah, check this out. So here you can see, if you don't need that vent, then you can kind of pull off a stunt like this, you know, and it doesn't really get in the way. You can do a more standard fender flare. But if you need the vent, it kind of throws a whole nother wrench in it. Let's see. Yeah. But anyway, back to where we were. I might have to do that. So yes, this design that the customer and I really like, it works really well and it looks super cool in 2D. I'll let that load again. It looks super cool in 2D, but it might not be possible in 3D without spacing the panel off of the car. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it almost be like Group B rally style, which wouldn't, I mean, I don't mind the look, but it might not be exactly kind of what the customer's going for, if you know what I mean. But it like I said, it's pretty much the only way to really pull it off. You at least have to do that, at least to the top side, because we got space here. What up, Lauren? I'm streaming. Oh, okay. So yeah, you'd have to do kind of something like that. And then you could just patch, get rid of these here. Then you could just patch this surface. What up? What up? You just patch that surface like that, and then you just have a surface that sticks off the side of the car. And everything happened. What happened?
I just got in my car and I was leaving the parking lot. And it was 6:01, so I thought it was you calling me, and I was like, I had to wait for a second because I was in the middle of backing out of my spot.
Yep.
And I answered the call, and I look at I didn't have it saved in my contacts.
Yeah.
But then it had like a name under it, and it was...
Your mom?
No, it was like my childhood friend's older brother.
Oh.
And I answered the call, but I think he somehow butt dialed me.
Oh.
I was like, why do you have my number in the first place?
Why is his butt even thinking about you? That's what I'm wondering.
No, it's not that weird. I'm sure it wasn't anything weird, but it's just, I haven't talked to him in like 15 years.
Yeah.
It was really weird, but it sounded like a bunch of people talking in the background, and I was like, hello?
Hello. And you're just talking to his butt.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I didn't even know you had my phone number. Don't know where you got that, but I guess it's okay. I don't mind it. He's never been creepy or nothing. But
That's good.
I just was really random. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
6:01 on a Wednesday night.
I was just showing the chat here that although a design like we got here, you know, that the customer really liked, although it works in 2D, it doesn't really work in 3D because
that pesky third dimension.
Yeah, because this part has to be spaced off the car, you know, in order to have a vent there, which means the door portion has to be spaced off the car. Well, if the door portion starts here, but the flare is touching the car there,
right,
then the door portion will be sticking out 2 inches off the door, but the flare will be right at the door, right on the basically the car's surface, so that won't line up. But if you do it like this, you know, like the Group B rally style, where they space the flare off the car like this, but then you have a whole new surface there, similar to like this Audi. Kind of see how they do it,
yeah,
where they have that, they kind of space it off the car, and then they have like a whole nother top surface. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I can find a better example on Google, but
Jojo.
Yeah, so
the DILF shirt is not an announcement. Did we address that?
No. Sandbin, I made it finally. Welcome. Is the DILF? No, the DILF shirt is
yes,
not an
actually.
announcement. We were just talking about different wide body stuff. So yeah, a lot of Group B rally cars use that technique. Or yeah, see, even here, they space it off the car, and that's how they allow the rear vent. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, they all did it. Everyone that used the rear vent used that technique. Same thing here. You know, they have the vent on the door, just kind of like this guy wants. And from 2D, it would look great, but from 3D, you see you got that top surface.
Yeah.
You know, where if you had just standard style fender flares, like this guy's rocking, they just mold to the body, you know, they mold to the body, and everything is kosher.
Yeah.
Here we go, though. You want the vent, you gotta space it off the car. No vent, you can flow it to the body. You guys hear what I'm saying here?
Yeah,
I think everybody knows what I'm saying. And so it's like, yeah, where if, let's see if
so many headlights.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, what do they look like? They look like the you could let in a child.
Oh, Mr. Water Goose.
Yeah. From Monsters Inc.
So you can see from a 2D view, you know, it looks great. You can't tell it sticks out, but it most certainly does.
It certainly does, folks.
Yeah, let's see. Does this one have a vent on the side?
Maybe.
Okay, so
I don't know.
no, I don't think it does. That's this one here. So no. Oh, they put it up by the window. That's kind of smart.
What's the importance of the vent? Airflow?
So, for these guys, yeah, it's just getting rid of the
wind resistance.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like you got a high pressure buildup zone. Makes it a little bit bigger for everybody. Usually on these race cars, you get a pressure buildup zone right there around the wheel, so it kind of vents that out. But you know, some people they just say fuck it, no rear bumper, you know. And then you got this, you know, like you can pull this off, but not if the door seam's got to go right through it. You know what I'm saying?
Door hinge.
So maybe we could do like wide body sedan with rear vent and see what Google, if anybody's pulled it off before. Okay, with rear wheel vent maybe. Okay, so they got the vent behind it, which that's not a bad idea, but this guy kind of wants them in front. But he also says he doesn't know what he wants, so the design is still up to, can be changed. The vent in the rear, actually, you know, that's something we can pull off. But yeah, it's, like I say, you want a vent in front of that rear wheel, you got to kick that panel out. You know what I'm saying?
Are you asking me?
I think you know what I'm saying.
I'm going to hit a clip. No.
Can you give me another root beer? Oh, wait, no, I still got plenty here.
Yeah, order your bitch wife around.
Like this guy, you know, he's got a hole for his gas cap.
It's got the anime sticker in the window.
Yeah.
It's not gay, sorry. It's it's less cool.
Let's say he had to do a cutout for his door handle. Same thing. You need to have that flat surface there.
Oh.
So
I don't like seeing anime stickers in the window. Sorry, it's weird.
That's all right.
I'm judgy.
Here, you know, he was able to do a roof-tire vent, but look, his panel doesn't have to go, or his wide body kit doesn't have to flow onto his door. So that's kind of the...
Okay, then don't flow it to the door.
All right. I came up with a design where we didn't have to flow it to the door.
Okay, well, because I know you did. You
But
came up with
they didn't
one
like that
you-
design.
Oh, well, I was just like, I know you came up with one where it did flow into the door, so can't you just... Why don't you just give them make a couple options and tell them, okay, this one you can get a vent, this one you can't. Pick. Well,
or like this, these guys, look, they do it, but they have their flare, but there's enough space there where they can build the flare off the backside of that door seam. We don't have space there. We have like 2 inches there. Is that a lot? 2 inches? Like these guys, you know, how would we do it?
I don't know.
How would we do it?
You're the genius.
Could we do it?
You're the genius.
I'm the genius here.
You're the genius. Let's get that brain massage and make it start working some more.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's coming to me.
Is it? Is it? Wait, who's coming? Okay, I'm trying to get more blood flow to that brain.
Okay, I see what's going on here. So these guys, was it Liberty Walk? Thank you.
Yeah.
What if? Okay, I think I. Okay, no. Okay, what if?
Don't work.
Oh man. So their wheel arch stops before the door where our wheel arch, get rid of this here. Oops. Our wheel arch is right at the door. If we were to move the wheel arch a little bit closer here, and then, yeah, that might be something. That might be something, Lauren.
Why not?
You're on. No, I think you're onto something. So let's get rid of these panels. These panels, we don't need that. If we were to move,
Okay, but if he likes the one that goes onto the door, why don't you just...
no, I got an idea. We are gonna keep it going on the door.
Okay.
But for our wheel arch,
Okay.
we're gonna do a smaller wheel arch. So instead of copying what the factory did with these big wide bevels here, whatever you want to call those that flat spot, we'll do a little flat spot. Little flat spot, like that little. Okay. Okay. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it'd be small. Oh, look, they bent it for us too.
I don't know. It looks really big.
Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. Let's trim this edge off here. Okay, trim that off. And we just take this.
Down force.
Yep. Is that what people say? It's for downforce?
Force it down.
I can't read that very well.
Come on.
Okay, vent is in front of the wheel, reduces drag. Behind the wheel, add downforce, assuming they are done correctly. Okay.
I'm just a girl. Plays Animal Crossing.
Ethan, do you play Animal Crossing? I bet you like that game.
Oh, who said that? It's calling to me.
Okay. So then,
Why
for...
just... Oh, no, never mind. Maybe that idea wouldn't work. Maybe the idea I had it wouldn't work anyways, because I think it would... Now I'm thinking about it. It wouldn't work. I'm using big brain status. What do you want for dinner?
Oh, man.
Fuck, I forgot to take meat out of the fucking freezer.
Forgot to take the meat out.
I forgot to take the meat out of the freezer. I don't need these egg cartons for crafts anymore.
Okay.
I tried to do a snowman craft today for the kids.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to do it.
What?
And that's how I got this. No, just kidding.
You want to tell everybody what's going on? Oh, Faith loves the Animal Crossing, always sing the Captain song. Oh, I like that one too.
Oh yeah, Hampton does always sing that whenever I'm playing, and I go with Captain on an adventure to another island. Oh, I guess for the people in chat mostly, I got Ganglion Sister moved. It's gross. For anybody wondering. No, I didn't beat anybody up. No, it's not broken. Don't think people are wondering though.
Everybody wants to know what is going on with that little wrist of yours.
People, dude, the kids at work. Oh my god, it's been like nonstop the last 3 days. What happened to your arm? Did you break your arm? What's wrong with your arm? And then they want to touch it. I'm like, if you touch it, I'm gonna scream because they're not very gentle with their hands.
No.
No, some of them are. And I gotta, but then I'm like, don't fucking touch it. I want your child germs all over my brace right now. Dude, I saw one kid, she went to the bathroom today, and I asked her to wash, okay. I'm gonna tell my childcare stories. She went to the bathroom with her name tag. She's kindergartner, so she's 5.
Okay.
She dropped it in the toilet.
Ooh.
She fished it out of the toilet.
Nice.
She brings it to me. She goes, and she is holding it like this, and she goes, Miss Lauren, and I go, oh, did your name tag get a little wet? And she goes, well, yeah, but I dropped it in the toilet. I go, oh, okay. I go, first of all, throw that name tag out, and go wash your hands really well with soap and water. So I go in there to make sure she's actually washing her hands. She puts one tiny pump of soap on her fingertips and puts them like this, and then rinses the soap immediately off. I was like, nope, you gotta do that again. And I need to see a lot of soap on your hands. I need you to make soap mitts. Soap mitts. A lot of soap. I was like, you're not touching anything with your toilet hands. So yeah, that was this afternoon.
Nice.
Yep. I love them.
Aw.
Well, yeah, she literally fished it out of the toilet. I would have just told her to flush it. I'm not grabbing it out of the toilet.
So here's what I'm thinking. Fine shit. Here's what I'm thinking.
Oh. How long have you been streaming?
I've been streaming since 5 o'clock.
I miss you. It's already 6:30? Damn!
Yeah, and I'm streaming till 7:30 today.
Oh, baby. Okay.
You squeeze in on my fat?
No.
Alright. So, I got an idea. I have an idea. I think.
Well, that's good. Once I had a dream.
Yeah. Like maybe if I make like a halfway mark, you know what I'm saying? Like the arch can blend to that, and then that middle line can then blend to the door. So it's gonna be a little tricky.
Soap mitts is good. Yeah, that's what we always tell the littles, because they never seem to put enough soap on their hands. So I say, soap mitts.
Make some soap mitts.
Make soap mitts. I don't care. It's like I'd rather have them use too much soap than not enough.
Yeah.
Soap mitts.
I suppose it doesn't matter if it's gonna be a little tricky. Really using my brain right now.
Oh my gosh, you need a brain snack? I see you got a couple of beef sticks.
I might need a brain snack.
Alright, what could be a brain snack? Do you want a nanner?
Yeah, that'd be good actually.
You got a nanner left? Do you want an A&W?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh.
Love you.
Me too, thank you. I suppose, yeah, the vent doesn't have to be out a crazy amount. So it could just be maybe even like a 1/4 inch away. All right, I got an idea, guys. I have an idea. So let's start by finishing up this door piece here. Now, since we're back in idea mode, that means we're getting a little bit sloppy again, but that's okay. Whoa. Oh, thank you.
For the folks to see at home. 1 banana.
It's just about time. And 1 sugar-free A&W root beer.
Ah, motherfucker.
Now the whole room's gonna smell like ideas and banana.
That's okay. My pinky stopped going now. But it still kind of feels funny.
Let me pull up the Google image again. Okay.
I don't want to. Hang on. I can watch Desperate Housewives. What do you want to do for dinner?
What do we got? We just got venison?
Yeah.
Let's just do venison tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna go wash my schnitz then.
Okay, wash those dirty little schnutz.
I'm gonna wash my schnitz.
Okay, so up by the door handle, it's going to be touching the car. By the time it gets... So up by the door handle, it's okay if the kit touches the car, but by the time it gets to about here... Or, yeah, okay, I think I have a plan here. That thing is huge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's one of the biggest bananas I've ever seen. So, okay. Okay, everybody, okay. So we got this line here. This does not have to go to the door. This can be spaced out. But by the time it gets to about here, then it's going to have to be flush with the body of the car. So let's go ahead. It fits close enough. Let's space this out. It'll look the same from the 2D view, or at least close enough. We're just doing a loose guy right now. So we'll just do like halfway. So if you look at it from straight on, it's about halfway point. All right, this is gonna be tricky, but I think we can pull it off. So let's go ahead, draw a line there, draw a line there, and we'll draw a line. We're just worried about the front. The rear end, we got that figured out. So let's go ahead, we'll patch that, John. Boop. That works just fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and connect. We'll move this back to the car. Get it back on the body of the car. And then we gotta connect this and this. So we might be able to use a bridge curve for that, maybe. All right, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Do we want to use G1 on both of them maybe? Yeah, G1, G0. Okay, so that way it has met up with the top of the car. So that's pretty good. So now, this then completes basically this piece. So let's patch this up. Say screw this, because now we're not going to use the step out technique anymore. Make sure these are joined. They are not. We could change that. You go there. Okay. Now make sure this connects to the arch there, which means we can kind of, we hide this for now. It seems to help. Okay, that's all good. So, and then, fuck it. Sorry, screw it. Let's connect those. And then let's patch this. Hopefully that works for us. Perfect. Since that's all touching, we can patch that, hopefully. Oh, doesn't like that. Something's not touching. What's not touching? I don't know. Everything looks pretty good. Might just have to do another line here. Or, yeah, it might not like this. Just like before, it might not like this, little end here. So we'll do another, whoop, sorry about that. And one of these. And we'll trim those off. Boop, boop. And bridge those points. Using a bridge curve. Software likes bridge curves. See if it lets me patch them in. We'll do 4 and then start selecting our edges. Here we go. Oh, that's clean geometry. Clean. Very nice. All right, cool. And then, oh, did I? Okay, well, I might have accidentally deleted the curve I had along the door. I deleted it, but that's okay. We could take this, boop, boop, and we will duplicate that. Bring it straight in, not at an angle, straight in so it lines up with the door. And that's perfect that doesn't line up. I don't need it to line up right now. And that's okay down there. What we do want to connect is that top point. So that's all good. Let's take this John and we're going to move it right there. Perfect. All right. So now, from the 2D view, we look good. We are touching at the top, but we have a gap right where it counts, which is right about 6 inches down from the handle, or definitely a little farther down. Right about, so we want it touching at the top. Let's see, let it load there. We want it touching at the top there. And we want a gap down there. And you can see the swoosh here where my finger is, that's like it's going in the vent. So it needs to touch the top of the car, which we've achieved. We got a gap in the center where the vent's going to be, and it needs to be kind of close to the bottom of the car down here. So we've achieved that. With this shape, we might be able to pull this off. So we have this now. Now let's go ahead and connect these. And that means we should be able to take this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, loft between them. Oop, it didn't like that. Never mind. But you get it. You get what I mean. Are those connected? They are. I don't know if they'll let me patch that. We try. Or I could just not patch it for now. Anyway, that gives us the general shape we're looking at. Let's go ahead and copy this line again. And we're just going to move it on over to the door. Whoop. So now, go to 2D view. Oops. From the side view, we have the same line on the door. And yep, we're going to want one there. And then we're going to want one the same as this, basically. It's going to be a little tricky, but we can pull this off. Okay. And then we'll copy this guy. Actually, before we do that, I wonder if we can just take this, 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 and this, copy that, and bring her on forward. There we go. So now we have the section that's on the body of the car and the section that's on the door. And I'm going to space them out a little bit just to exaggerate the gap right now. but I think you guys are about to see what the hell I'm getting up to here. So that's going down. We're gonna go ahead and start drawing. Go back to 2D view. And here you go. Now you can see we're kind of taking shape again. Oops. We want that to go down to about, rid of that X there. That should go down. We want this part to be on the face. So that's all good. Oh yeah. We're cooking now, guys. I think this is gonna work. And then, so that's touching the car. That's okay, that whole thing can touch the car. Now we're gonna need another line. So you can kind of see that general swoop there. It's not perfect right now, but does not have to be. We're gonna do another line. There. To, let's just say, let's check out our reference image. So it's about the same length there. So there to about there. All right. And then I know we said we were going to do the final kit today, but I think we're going to need one more day for a proof of concept. Tomorrow I've got someone dropping a car off by the shop. But then on Friday, maybe we'll do another stream on Friday. Or, you know, maybe I'll just stream, but I'll do it at a later time. Maybe I'll just start streaming at 6, because I think the car's getting dropped at like 4 o'clock. Okay, so that's that. Let's connect these here. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just make sure it somewhat hugs the body of the car. Alright, so there we go. Now, we can go ahead and create our vent shape. So we have the spot that's on. Let's pull that out a little bit. So now we can actually get rid of everything on this side. We could just work on the quarter panel vent. So this will come back, or the door side vent. So we'll just take all this here. This. Just trying to hide that. I think I can actually, oh, nope, don't want to do that. Yeah, let me patch this here. it was getting a little confusing there, so I just wanted to hide these lines. We'll bring them back later. So here we go. Got a 2D shape. Got to make it into a 3D shape, and we have it spaced out here. So that's where we're gonna. That's what's gonna let the air flow in. That little gap right there. And then we got to draw some lines from the outer edge to here, and that part should be pretty easy. So anywhere on here, we'll start here. We want to make sure that's a good spot there. Oop. And you want to make sure we're on the curve there, not a vertex. The actual curve. Stop jumping around, please. All right, close enough for the girls I go out with. You get the point. So they're connected. And then we're basically going to be making triangles. We're making that triangle shape. So maybe I can find a Google image what I'm talking about. So now we're making the triangle shape. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So I'll open this in a new tab. So, for example, on this Charger here, you see that rear vent behind the rear wheel? See the two triangle shapes that basically connect the bumper to the outside edge of the vent, up and down, or top and bottom? Those triangle shapes are what space the vents away from the car. Those are the triangle shapes I'm going to make now. So here we have the outside. We're going to do the same thing. So here, oops. We don't want to be on the CV face. We want to be on the actual line. Really wants to snap to the car. Sometimes you gotta hide the car. There we go. And we're gonna go to the same point and then connect those 2 points. And there we have a triangle. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna need another triangle down here. That point to that point. Perfect. And then this section will actually not have air going through it, so we can plug this hole. And then of course, I'm gonna plug these last, but let's go ahead and make the top triangle. So I'll get the car back here for reference. Okay, so it looks like maybe up here a little bit would be good. And we'll bring it down. I'm gonna try to match the angle a little bit, make it aggressive. Now this is gonna be square for now. I do want to kind of curve these here. But this is just proof of concept right now. Okay, so you can see I failed to connect there. That's okay. Hit that. G, F, and it lets me. There we go. Actually, that looks okay. Good enough for the girls I go out with right now. Let's do another one. There to there. Make sure they're pink. That looks good. Another line from there to there. All right, now we're back to making triangles. So there's that. And then there's no upper triangle here. So we got our lower triangle and the upper there. Then down here, we get the lower triangle, but then here we don't need a triangle, because this is where it's gonna mesh perfectly into the body of the car. Now, air is gonna be going through right here. Air does not have to go through here, and it doesn't have to go through here, so that's why we plugged that. So let's go ahead and block this off. Oh, am I not touching there? Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have. I'm gonna get rid of this face here. And I'll redraw this line. Connect those two there. All right, let's see if that works. Yep. All right, and then we'll plug that and plug that. Perfect. So now you can see, all right, we got a little vent shape here. See, the air is not going to go in here. It's not going to go in here. It's all going in here. So we don't even need a panel here. We don't even need this section of line. This piece can go. So we got our upper and lower pieces. Those are going to be nice and easy to attach to the car. So I'm excited about that. While we're here, let's go ahead and see if we can patch the top of these here. These will be, I found a really cool picture of a wide body EG hatch earlier today. Let's see if I can pull that up for you guys. It was yellow, early 2000s. I wonder if I could find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it for you guys. But it was pretty cool. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, you guys gotta check this one out. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Am I gonna make it a little bigger? No, maybe not. But yeah, isn't that sweet? So you can kind of see that's like the upper triangle, lower triangle, and you see where it goes from flat, where nothing's needed, to the vent. So that's really cool. I thought I'd share that with you guys. I saw that earlier and I was like, maybe I can incorporate something like that. All right, back to business. Select these edges here. Oh, I accidentally trimmed that one off. Should just be able to patch, no problem. And if I turn X-ray off, you can see that is a patch surface. It's like we got a nice little chunk patched all the way around. And I think, yeah, is it actually considered that a solid now? Maybe. All right, and then we got this piece down here. See if we can patch that. Just selecting the outside edge, not the inside edge. Perfect. Now that is patched as well. And then this line in here in the center, we actually don't even need that. We don't need either of these because, first of all, it's not doing anything. It's just a line out in space. And secondly, that line's actually going to be on the quarter panel side, and you're going to see that in just a second. So, get rid of that guy, don't need it, and we don't need that guy. So there we have. We have two chunks on the car. It is square, it's not rounded. That's all right. Let's bring back the quarter panel hole. This line, I don't need this line. There we go. I was like, what are you doing here? And then, let's see what other sheets we don't need. Or what sheets we do need. So this piece here. I don't know exactly how that ended up like that. But this sheet we don't need. There we go. And then we have those two pieces. And are those nice and plugged up? Close enough. So there we go. There is a wide body. We're in there. Those are both patched. Perfect. Oh, I got all the curves hidden. That's why. So there's that. So there you can see, we pretty much accomplished the shape we were going for. Yeah, it's working. Only difference is this one is a little bit more blocky. Pull up that 2D image here. And then obviously the split at the door is exaggerated. In this drawing there is no split. But yeah, let me just pull those side by side. Oh, there you go, look at that. So same shape. Similar, I could change it up a little bit. I think I could lower this line a little bit towards the rear of the car. It might look different. Yeah, it looks a little different in orthographic view. Yeah, perspective. So you can see. Let's see. There you go. So yeah, the only thing we could change now is to make this flow a little bit better and make it look a little bit more aggressive. Of course, we close up this gap. We want that to be whatever the same gap that the door gap is. And then in here, you can see the air is allowed to go right in through. So pretty cool. Maybe we could look at it. Let's see. Get rid of the edges. Here we go. So I can kind of see what the body looks like. Very cool. Change the color. See, that's pretty sleek right there. Oh, what are we doing? Let's get that wheel stuck out, huh? This whole time we never stuck the wheel out. All right, let's see. Reflections. Doing the reflections look good, not too messy. Of course, you got the seam there. That's exactly what we wanted. But yeah, nothing looks nothing jagged. All the reflections look really nice. Perfect. You can see I'm kind of biting into the body of the car there, so that's okay. But yeah, we got our two chunks there on the door, the same 2D image we want. And let's go ahead and take this wheel and move it on out. Take both of these guys. We want to take them, move them out, and move it up. There you have it. That's pretty cool. Now let's see. So you have an incorporated vent, and of course this would look better once you actually have like the black mesh in there. But yeah, that flows really well. See from the side. Yeah, that's very sleek. See, maybe we can clean up that upper edge there. We got a little bit of time. So yeah, this patch. This is actually one big patch. That's crazy. So let's get rid of that. And well, got a lot of curves here. Hiding a lot of curves. So it was biting into the car a little bit, so that means that we gotta bring it out a little bit, just a tiny bit. Oh, is there no control points on this curve? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. All right, yeah, it was kind of right in here. You can see where it's biting into the car. We can't be having that. Your boss will be proud. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. My boss being the customer right now. So we just got to bring this out just a little bit, and that should fix the problem with it looking a little whack. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll change something in the rear. But yeah, I'm very happy we were able to pull that off. Let's see, what's this curve here? Oh, this curve can go. We don't need him anymore. See ya. Any other curves we can get rid of while we're here? This guy, don't need him anymore. Whoop. All right. Let's patch this one more time. And we'll try to do the same thing over here where we kind of round off that corner if needed. Oh, look at that. And we patched it again. It's a little messy there. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, that cleans that up real good. All right, so we just have to put it in high quality mode. Nice and smooth. All right, I don't think we're biting into the car anymore. Hold on. Ah, a little bit. That's okay. We'll bring it back. Oh, we gotta get rid of that old one here. Boop. Bring these back out just a little bit. It's not going to be much. All right. Oops. Almost forgot to change the settings there. High quality. Yeah, high quality gets rid of that weird bump action we had going on there. Alright, are we done biting into the car? Hopefully. Yeah, look at that. Much better. And then yeah, since we kind of copied that line over, we've got good continuity there too. So it doesn't look too out of place. It still flows really nice. So I didn't want a big hump there, you know? Nothing wrong with a little hump, but you don't want a big hump there. That's very cool. Yeah, I wish I could change the individual pieces. I don't know if I can. I'd like to change the kit. Can I change the kit? Maybe. Okay, I can make it red or pink or whatever. Does that change it under different? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, let's do that. Maybe we'll make it yellow or something. Very nice. The same thing here. think that's green actually. Is there a way? Let's see how. So 210, 254, 53. Two 10. Two 54. 53. There we go. Alright, I get a little better look at it. And then we got this piece still. And 54. Oh, we're biting in a little bit there. Alright, nobody say anything. And then we just have this surface here. Boop. Color. Perfect. I don't know why I look so broken like that. Do I have to rebuild that surface maybe? Huh, messy surface. Oh, that's okay. But there you go, that's oh, that's cool. And then the cool part is we could take our kit there. Select all those. Hit Alt X. Uh-oh, they all went away. Oh, that's the problem. I think this piece was coming through. That was the problem. We got two faces overlapping each other. Yeah, this guy. Get him out of here. We don't need him. So why does the color look all weird? Oh. Yeah, get rid of him. Alright. So I was a little unorganized when it came to matching up all our stuff here. Alright, take that. We can press Alt X. Oh, I'm pressing Shift X. Oops, I want to press Alt X. And then flip it over that side. And would you look at that? And then we got the same thing over here. Although the color isn't the same. Oh, you know what? I probably have to duplicate it and then mirror it, maybe. Yeah. Would that do it? I don't know. Oh, that's okay. I guess you can see what it looks like a different color, and then you can see what it looks like the same color. We'll go ahead and we'll tuck these wheels up too. We'll just get rid of it on this side. And then copy this wheel on over. There we go. So look at that. That's what it looks like, all color matched. And his car is black, so that's what it would look like. Ooh-wee! And then here's what it looks like. Has a different color. See there. So yeah, the only difference is now we just gotta find a way to round this out if that's what the customer wants. We'll lower this a little bit. We can play with these lines. I think if we gave this kind of more of a sweeping tail design, it would look a little cooler. But we have found a way to incorporate the vent while incorporate the vent into the door while avoiding having to step the kit out from the car, Group B rally style. So just had to think about it for a little bit. As you can see, it worked out really well. Yeah, that's cool. you can see where that would go. Now I can see if I can turn these into a solid. So if I hide the mesh, I can head on over to the back side, show the curves, and then I think if I select these outer edges, I'm hoping this works, and patch that, hopefully it adds to my list of solids. Okay. So all the okay, so that's all the sheets together. And then I think I have to highlight all the sheets. So that side, that side, that side. And I think if I press join, then it's a solid? No! Input faces are not from the same body. If you are trying to join two sheet bodies, select both bodies to join them. If I hide the curves. So I think we're... Oh, I forgot this last part. So, okay. We can still do this. So this piece, this piece, this piece. I just had 3 selected. And this piece. That's all 4. Please work. Please, Lord Jesus. The input faces are not from the same body if you're trying to join two sheet bodies. What do you mean they're not from the same body? Oh, this is where we use the show boundary edges tool. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, find boundary edges. And then select all of these. I should select them all first. Is that a sheet there? Yeah, that's a sheet. Can I join these? Both faces are not from the same body. If you're trying to join two sheets, select both bodies and join them. I'm trying. Why does that not want to work? Can I join the inner and outer? No, not from the same body. Now, why is that not working? Okay. I wonder if there's an edge right there. That's the problem. I don't know. Strange. Well, maybe we'll try this one down here and see if this is any different. And join. Oh, did that one work? I can't tell. Oh no. Oh, I still gotta plug the back here. Oh, did that just become a solid? Oh, so that just became a solid there. So I didn't even have to join them and it became a solid. Now why did that become a solid, but this one struggled to become a solid? They're built the exact same. Oh, I wonder if it's because... Well, they're not exactly the same. Yeah, I wonder if it's because the way these meet up at the top. Maybe it does need like a little gap. Well, I was planning on kind of doing this anyway. I wonder. Okay, we'll try this here. So I'll we'll get rid of this face. No, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, I wonder if it's just that. That edge on the top. I wonder if that's the only issue. We could build a similar shape and test it out. Yeah, I don't know. Can I take this face and thicken it? Does that make a difference? Then it says we have a solid. But it's just saying this part's a solid. Oh, can I join this sheet to this solid, maybe? Maybe? Nope. Nope. Weird. Weird. Huh, what could be causing that? Let me try this here. This basically just adds, well, let's get rid of that. Oops. So let me get rid of these faces here. I'll hide the faces. Basically, to make this shape like this shape, I just have to add another triangle on the top. Which to do that, I just have to go like this. I should be able to patch that. Nope, it doesn't want to do that. Very interesting. Oh, that worked that time. Okay. I just had them hidden. So let's get rid of that face there. And then we'll just add a new one. Maybe this will work? Okay, so I patched that hole. Maybe this will work. No. Huh. Weird. Well, let's see. Pretty sure everything's connected. Yeah, everything's connected. See, can I join these two sheets? These are not from the same body. If you're trying to join two sheet bodies, select both. let's just try to use the loft command. Because it's basically just a kind of a pyramid we made. You see, let's try making maybe a similar shape off to the side and see what happens. So it's basically, yeah, it's like that. And then basically, yeah, there's just a line from there to there. And that's pretty much the shape that we got. I'll actually, it's a little different. There's still, alright, that's basically like the shape that we made. So, if I can turn this into a solid, then we should be good. So, yeah, we got edge there, edge, and edge there. So, let's see what happens. Gap and supplied boundary edges. What? They closed up. Oh, I might not like that triangle down there. I'll connect them with lines, see if that makes a difference. Oops, that got a little weird. Yeah. Okay, so that's all patched up, and yeah, it doesn't want to be a solid either. Maybe, oh, maybe if I have everything selected, edges and everything, let's try that maybe. Weird. Maybe maybe they don't like to call these objects solids if they have that kind of interesting shape. Because what if I took... What if I took these lines and then just make a triangle? And now we're making a shape just like the bottom shape. I swear, if it calls this a solid, then yeah, we know our issue. But that'd be really dumb. Oh. Interesting. Let's try this again, maybe? Oh, weird. Okay, so there it worked. That's so strange. Okay, I've had that happen before too, where instead of selecting it in the viewfinder, it just wants me to select them here, and then it'll call it a solid. So let's try that. Weird. Okay. Oh, but that is also the other shape. I don't know. Okay, so let's... It's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And maybe we'll put those in their own group just to keep everything organized. So I think it's Control G. Put that in a group. Maybe. weird. Okay, what? I can't explain that, but when I selected them on the side and grouped them together, then it was okay and it made it a solid. So now we have another solid. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. That's so weird. Alright, whatever. That's so dumb. There it is. 2 solids. And then to make this whole thing a solid would be a little bit tricky. I don't know if it's going to let me patch this here. Well, that's nice. I can hide these. And then get rid of these curves. It's a tricky software for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll let me patch this because I think it gets a little weird around here. Let's see. Maybe I'd like it better if I rebuilt both these curves. Oh, hold on. Join these first, and then rebuild them. I know if they have the same number of points, it's gonna like that. Okay, so 10 points each. I bet you it'll let me loft between the two. Boom, nice. And then that'll be my guide. Okay, so there's that's patched. And then we gotta remove the spot where we want the air to come in, and that was, I think we could just make that a small little area. We could even get fancy with it and draw like a rectangle in there or something. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be pretty advanced. Okay, so then we drew a square, and now I'm going to select this face here, Shift C to get cut, just like that. That's what we want to do. Either. Should be able to imprint this up there. Okay. Get rid of that. And then take this face and delete it. Oh, damn it. What?
I need you out. Grab the meat from the freezer.
Oh yeah, it's time to end the stream anyway. I like that you're doing this. I have always wanted to build my own body kit. Oh, thank you very much. Well, let me show you the...
I feel it looks so creepy.
What? No, you don't. I mean, maybe a little bit.
I'm hungry for taco. I already cut the onion.
You already cut the onion?
I cut the onion.
Nice.
I got my cask a little wet.
Oh, no.
Just where my hand is, though. I think it's okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be a big lady, do it all by myself.
No help.
It's just an independent lady.
All right. Well, here, let me. I won't have a. I won't have a chance to cut that slice today. Forgot exactly how I do that. I believe it should be the last curves I got. I think. And it doesn't want me to select that face to cut, but you know what I mean. I'm going to put that right there. So, yeah, we've got our two solids now. Get rid of this. We'll take one last look at the kit before we sign off for today. But I'm very happy with how that turned out. It was tricky though, that's for sure. But I'm glad we found a solution, and that's what matters. So we could refine it on Friday, and then we'll be able to refine it, and then take what we learned and apply that to making the new front fender. The front fender is gonna be so much easier, a lot easier. But yeah, there is. There it is, folks. There is their wide body kit on the rear end. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take a snip of that so I can send it to the customer. And I hope he likes it. So save that. And then I'll take a snip of it at an angle too. Just so you can see how functional it's gonna be. All right. So what did we learn today? I got this. I got the surfaces down. I got like the surface modeling part down. But the one thing that's still a little challenging for me is turning those surfaces into 3D objects. And to take it one step farther, I'm gonna have to make basically little mounting standoffs to mount it to the car. But we have here a functional vent, so that's pretty damn cool in my opinion. Pretty cool. Oh, there we go. Send him that photo. And then let me change. See, now is it going to let me change the color of the tire? Oh, the mesh, it wants me to change the color of the whole thing, but there we go. That shows it off pretty good. Alright, so I'll take one more sniff of that, and then that'll be it for us, guys. Alright, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's stream. If you learned something, maybe you're just entertained for a little bit. If anything, it was just nice talking to you guys, so I'm very happy. I'll do a quick reel showcasing this. Yeah, show that it was possible that we turned a 2D sketch into a 3D design that's going to be functional. And there's a couple things we could change with this still, but I can't be too mad at that. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.